Greetings everyone and welcome to Review Time. I am your host Islip and this is my third time trying this because my batteries keep dying on me. Yay! Anyway, sorry about that. So I'm off to the side. I'm over there because I'm going to be doing a pretty big figure if you hadn't seen it from the title up there somewhere. So today I'm going to be reviewing this guy right here. Roll him into screen. And yes, this is Transformers Cybertron. I forgot what his name was. Metroplex. Metroplex. And this is him in his giant excavator thing. Now, I used to hate this figure, at least this mode, especially for this because I was like, oh, this is garbage and I don't like it. I actually kind of like it now, to be honest with you. I think this would have made a better armored vehicle thing if they would have given him some guns. He could have posted it in all over these Minicon ports and whatnot and would have made a pretty decent armored battle platform. But I can understand what's going on here because this is from Cybertron. He's from the planet Gigantian, where they just constantly build cities just to abandon them, and then they build on top of these cities, and it's sort of their way of moving forward and never going back to the past, which was full of war and stuff. Yeah. So in this mode, he rolls. He's got wheels on the bottom. He doesn't roll that great because the wheels are these little teeny weeny wheels. Hold on, let's see if I can show them to you. See, little rollers that don't roll too well, and teeny wheels over here, so it kind of rolls, but not very much. And this is his crane arm thing that becomes his weapon. He's got a excavator shovel on one side. If you really want to, if you want to use him in a way that he would be used in the Earth mode, it would actually be this. It wouldn't be this side. It would be this thing over here. Would be digging and stuff. I'll try to show you a picture right here of what I think he's supposed to be based off of, very loosely. You can also see it was in Ghost Rider 2. If you saw it, Ghost Rider jumped into the giant excavating machine. You don't get a very full view of how big this thing actually is. It's humongous. So, yeah. Yeah, and, you know, we'll take off his Minicon first. So you can see his Minicon. A little Minicon called Drill Bit. I don't have the macro on, so I just have to zoom it. And that's my cell phone. That's somebody very special to me. She is texting me, and I just said way too much. Oh, well. But, yeah. He looks... The vehicle mode and the transformation is very reminiscent of Transformers Armada Megatron. Not the Megatron, the Leader 1 that came with Megatron, the little truck Minicon. Transformed exactly like this guy did, to be honest with you. And I know most of the Minicon transformations were the same, but he also looks like him. So to turn him into a truck, you fold his arms, you take his arms and you fold them over his shoulder, down his back like this. You flip these guys forward like so. Good, you can still see. And then you take his legs and up like this, and then down. And that's the Minicon. He turns into a little drill tanky thing. And the weapon, he can be used as a gun. Just put him on there, he could be like a drill gun or something, you know. So yeah, this, you know, pretty cool Minicon. Let's get this guy back together for the moment. And I'm going to bring in, you know what, for size comparison, I will bring in this deluxe Transformers Cybertron Optimus Prime, and I'll put him down here, and then I will bring this out some. So you can see. You can see how bulky he is. Now this guy is deluxe class. He is old deluxe class. So in like the new Transformers Optimus, Fall of Cybertron Optimus is only from in between my fingers. So there's a good extra inch to this guy. So you can see he is fairly bulky and big. And just as a comparison, to do a fair comparison, let's bring in another Metroplex. Now in Japan, this guy here is called Megalo Convoy, not Metroplex. But I guess there are a few similarities in the robot modes enough to make them say, okay, well, this is a Metroplex. I personally think if they would have changed the head a little bit, this could have actually been a Fort Max and changed the scheme from a big this thing to, putting guns on them. This actually would have probably made a pretty good rolling fortress mode. So, and I was pointing to this guy, but there's G1 Metroplex. Splays out bigger. He's a fortress there, a city fortress thing, whereas this guy is an excavator used to make cities. So, okay, yeah. So, let's get him into his first robot mode. Hold on 1 second, be right back. Alright, and now I'm back, and I could have actually easily shown you the transformation from this mode, from the other mode to this mode, which is his first robot mode. Oops, there it is again. The reason I didn't, though, is because the ratchet joint, this thing is full of ratchet joints, by the way, are really tight, and I actually have pinched my fingers quite a few times doing it. And frankly, as much as I like to make y'all laugh, I don't really. And then it's also a pretty big figure, so it's kind of hard to do it in the camera. But also, I don't want to hurt myself. So here he is in his robot mode, and he's got his. This becomes a weapon. You go like this. It does open up. You take the Minicon key. You push this back just a little bit so it opens up, and put the Cyber Planet key, and you can't see what I'm talking about. This thing. Let's make it shorter. Okay. I mean, this is going to be straighter, but Cyber Planet key, you insert it right here, and that opens up, and it makes noises. It opens up like this, and then I guess this becomes like a hammer, because every time that's open like this, Metroplex and Prime use it to smash. Yeah. So, now, personally, before I go any farther, I think with a slight head remold, this actually would have made a much better Fortress Maximus. I mean, the robot mode right here doesn't look like Metroplex at all to me, with the exception of the black capped head and the little antenna thing, which are the wrong color, by the way. But with all this blue and gray mixed with the white, it actually looks more like Fortress Maximus. If I can find another picture, I will try to insert it here for comparison. If not, oh, you know what Fortress Maximus looks like. Almost every Transformer collector wants Fort Max if they don't have it already. So, let's move them over just a little bit, and we're going to get in the original Metroplex so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so here's the original Metroplex, and I'm curious, do you guys see that resemblance? Do you see any resemblances, really? I mean, aside from these loosely looking like this, do you really see? Because I don't really see the resemblance. I don't. I think this would have made a better Fort Max, but, that's cool. Metroplex, Fort Max. I mean, somebody's actually customed it into a Fort Max, so maybe I got another one and do that. But he's pretty cool. You can take the Minicon and you can attach it as such. Oh, let's see if I can. You can attach it as such on his arm with the Minicon port, and then he becomes like a little gun drill knuckle thing. I guess you can fold it like this if you want to, so it's not quite so obvious, I don't know. But you can do that if you want to. Or just turn them into the truck. Probably, I think that's what you're supposed to do. Just turn them into the truck and leave them on the wrist. You can't do that. And then you can take this thing, and let's zoom in just a little bit. And let's see. Okay, there we go. You can see there are posts on either side here. There are holes in his hands, and I don't know if you noticed, this guy's a little rusty. Not rusty, dusty. I gotta take something to him and get you can see the dust on him. But you can take these, and there are let's see, which way do I need to go? Nope, wrong way. This way. I don't know if you can see, there's a little hole right above my thumb, and you just plug, let's see, which is the most convenient way to do this. Just put that in there, and then it plugs right into the hole, and then you can close the fist pretty much completely around it. And there he's got his digger thingy. Although I guess this is his, I think they called it his battle mode. In the show, I think he only used it in stock footage, and that was, I guess, to get into an area where it was too small for his other mode. His, I guess, real robot mode. Oh, snaps. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was going to have a cow. I thought I broke it. Oh, I'm missing one of the pegs. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, well, anyway. So he would probably use it like this, sideways, and just be not seeing everything that I just did because I got this camera zoomed the wrong way. Yeah. Just kind of, I don't know, like that maybe, or so you could, do that to dig, and then use the other side to spin, and I don't know what this thing's for. I don't care. So that's that mode. To get him into his bigger mode, what you have to do is turn him around at the waist. Let's see. Put his little antennae thing forward. Also, if you wanted to, you can turn him into, with a repaint, you can just give him some other kind of a head. You don't even have to turn it around. That would make a head, and you could just close this, and he'd be like, it looked like you have an ED209 on his face. So, but anyway, you would just do that. I'm going to take his legs, and we're going to go like this. Take them, fold them back, and then push this up, and then lock this into place. And do the same on the other side. Okay. So that are his legs done. And you can already see he got taller. Let's take Metroplex and put him back in there. And why is my camera always turning sideways? Let's see. Which way would make you stand up straighter? Nope, that way. There we go. And yeah, I'm on a bed. So you can already see he's already gained considerable height. He's already gained about 2 inches. And then what you do is you take this, lift it up like that. And then you're going to take this piece right here, and you're going to tilt it, well, put the arms back, slide the arms back, they're on sliders, they can, and then do that, so it's straight up, straighten out the arms, you didn't lock into place, why didn't you lock into place? Okay, then you're going to bring this and put it back like that, so that this peg is back here. Fold down the little flat things. Turn his head around. And that is This is Metroplex in his proper mode, where he's really tall and kind of thin. He sort of reminds me a bit of a basketball player, but really thin on the sides. You can see he's really, really thin. So yeah, he is really, really tall. And this is basically where he would have the weapon powered up, and you can actually hold it without it looking really funky and stuff. And yeah, he's gained, let's see if I can do this without knocking everything over. He has gained, shoot, he gained almost a deluxe figure size over this guy. Let's see, let's get this guy out of the way. We'll go with, try to give you good size comparisons. We've got Unicron. You can see Unicron is still bigger than he is, but only, to be honest with you, only by about 1.5 inches at the head. It looks like it's more, but it actually, from my angle, it looks like there's just 1.5 inches difference. But Unicron's got much more mass than Metroplex does. So we'll get him out of the picture. Let's go with my recent acquisition. We've got him back in his, because I just took him out the box. So here is the fall of Cybertron Bruticus. And you can see he really towers over him. Really, really, really. And let me just get this last figure in there and quickly transform him into his what do you call it? Into his bot mode. He's a fairly small-ish figure, but he's still bigger than, he's about the size of the Fall of Cybertron Deluxes now. So we're gonna go with that at the height, but he's just much bulkier and better built. So here we go again with damn it, what is your name? He would have been the Armada remold of the Armada Deluxe Optimus Prime, done as Cybertron Armada, whatever. And you can see he actually, to be honest with you, he doesn't even come up to his kneecap. That looks impressive, by the way. That looks good. That looks great for a City Former. Oh, I can't wait to get the reissue of 4 Max when it comes out next year. But yeah. So let's get this guy out. Let's get this guy out, and let's see if I can get you a look at some of the detail, because there's a lot of detail on this figure, and this figure is not hollow. Like, there are some slightly hollow looking bits. Like, if you look on his legs, you can see there it's a little hollow, but this is strong plastic, and right here hollow. Everything else does not look hollow. Does not. Let's see. Any other hollow bits? No. No more hollow bits. That's it. So, yeah. And he's got Minicon ports everywhere on his arms. He's got 2 on this arm, 2 on that arm. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 on his boobs. And, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 on his legs. And 2 on his feet. That's a lot of Minicon ports. And and that's it. He has no Minicon ports on his this thing. So we can go ahead and put this on the back of Metroplex. So I think that's how it's normally stored, as being plugged back here. So now let's see if I can get some detail in there. You can see my dust. Sorry about the dust. Let's ouch, ouch, ouch. Get the light over. So, some nice detail. Tank treads. He's got like bulldozers for heels. Let's go up some. His arms, his hands are slightly articulate. Like, they only move at the knuckle. So he can slap you, he can punch you. And he's got a lot of articulation, by the way, which I didn't cover at all. But you can see, very mechanical looking, very nice. Head rotates 360. He can look down just because this whole piece moves. And that's about it. Arms do a 360. They go out, and you can hear the ratchets are really loud. Oh, shoot, you can't see what I'm doing. And I'm knocking over everything. Let's put you back up. Okay, and move the light out of the way. Now, I zoomed out a lot. You can kind of see my setup, and my light is really being ornery. Okay. Sorry, I know it's over to the side way too much, but I just want to try to get everything in there that you can see. So, whoops. Well, you can see his shoulders slide down, but they don't have to. But in and out, he rotates right here in the mid bicep rotates. His arm swings all the way backwards and forwards. There's no rotation after that, and his fingers do a flipper thing. He can bend backwards because of the transformation there, and he can pivot, so he can look a little forward. So he's always looking down. He rotates at the waist 360 degrees. That's also part of the transformation, transforming him into that other robot and whatever. Legs go out all the way. He can Perceptor kick. There's something you haven't heard in a long time. Rotate 360 degrees at the thigh. He goes all the way forward, all the way back, so he can do the can or forward and back, because to be honest with you, depending on how you transformed him, this way would be the back way or the front way. He bends at the knee. His leg does break apart. No, it doesn't break, but it does that because of the transformation into the other mode. And his feet pivot. They pivot. You know, let's transform the legs back to the other transformation mode. So, there. So now, he's got his knee bends in two directions depending on which way it's turned. So, because this is the front of the small robot, this is the back of the front of the big robot. So, if you want, you could give him chicken legs, like, you know, a lot of the Bayformers have. See? Chicken legs. Ah, my big chicken. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's that. There's nothing really more to say. I really like this figure, especially in his robot modes. I think he would make a great Fortress Maximus. I think there might be... I'm going to see if I can find... Oh, never mind. Anyway, but like I said, this is a... I like this figure. I really do. I'm glad I got him. I held off for so long because I really didn't want to get him until I saw somebody had actually made a Fortress Maximus custom out of him. And then it dawned on me that, hey, that I didn't want him because he turned into... He was supposed to be a Metroplex, but he doesn't look like a Metroplex to me. He looks like he should be a Fort Max. So, yeah. That's that. I love this figure. I do. I don't like the Excavator mode, but I think that if I could somehow get guns on him, he would make a really good, like, rolling tank thing. And I would love to do that. Love to. Oh my god, that guy's so tiny. Love to get that done. So, anyway, this is Islip saying that you don't need to get this guy, but if you like big robots, you probably want to get him because he's pretty good. And, you know, people use this guy to make all sorts of other customs like Menasor. They just throw on cars to his body and stuff. Yeah, I've seen parts of him used. I've seen parts of Unicron used. Yeah, so that's it. I'm Islip, and I'm done with this review, and I'm so happy, so very very happy. And thank you for joining me. Really, I do appreciate it. Later.